Hey everybody, I'm back. It's Scott Gold. Welcome. I'm here joined by the lovely Miss Southern Belle. Welcome, Miss Belle.
Thank you for
And
having me, Scott.
of course, and we're missing our buddy Ron tonight. We are
Mm.
sending our thoughts to him. I know he wasn't able to make it tonight, so hopefully he will be here with us another night. I'm sure he will. But we're just having a low key night here. Miss Belle's coloring out of her animal book, it looks like.
Forest Animals Coloring Book, and I'm going to color the raccoons.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And I'm coloring out of my Dreaming Patterns coloring book. I just like doing these kinds. Tonight's kind of a chill night, and these are just sort of freestyle. So we are working on these. And I've already started this one because we're probably not going to be on for super long tonight. So I thought I would go with one that um, I've already begun. Those raccoons are looking pretty cute.
Oh, thank you. And this book is by Jade Summers. If you guys want to get it off of Publix. Listen to me. They might have it too. Amazon.
uh, yes.
Um,
Yeah, I got this on Amazon as well. So
Everything's on Amazon.
everything is on Amazon. It's easy, including we were speaking about our friend Ron, who normally joins us, and and last week I was coloring out of his awesome coloring books. Ron has his own coloring books. I'm just gonna show you guys in case you haven't seen it. This one is the Spooktacular Coloring Adventure book. And the reason why it is Halloween, even though we are nowhere near Halloween, is because me and Miss Southern Belle and Life with Ron hope to do a Halloween in July this year. So we're gearing up for that, and this book is going to help us do that. So
Yeah, and I'm going to give some prizes.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So that's Ron's coloring with Ron's very own coloring book that he made. So I am not coloring in that because we're saving that for um, July, Halloween in July. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. What have you been up to today, Miss Bell?
I overslept. But I have always, every time I stay up all night and get to oversleep, we
Mhm.
have the wonderful, wonderful landscapers wake me up. And it ain't like they're bringing you biscuits or anything, but they're cutting your grass.
Yeah. Now in Georgia, where you are, do the landscapers have to cut the grass all year long, or is it just starting to grow now, or what's the
Oh,
climate?
they just keep it, prepped up.
So even though it's not like actively really growing right now, they just keep it
No,
like
they
kind
keep
of.
it edged and the leaves and everything cleaned up.
And do they come every week?
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen them. I don't remember. I really don't remember when they. I know they came today, and today is Thursday, and sometimes they come on Wednesday. I think they just come when they want to.
Uh-huh.
They don't have a
Well,
special.
probably when it's not raining and the weather is cooperating. So,
Yeah,
here in Chicago where I am, they that is we're starting to have nicer weather, but certainly not ready for landscaping yet. Although we've had some very unseasonably warm days, and a lot of people have been out um, raking. If it was a 75-degree day or whatever, people are anxious to get out and do a little of their own, minor yard work just because they've been cooped up inside and want to get out and do it. Now, when
yeah.
you get to July and August, that's a different story because it's gonna be hot and everybody's tired of
What are
it.
you coloring?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm coloring out of this Mandela coloring book here called Dreaming Patterns, Adult Coloring, or Coloring Book for Adults and Relaxation. So they're just kind of mandalas and floral shapes and that. So
We
yeah.
got 4 lurkers.
Hey lurkers, put a one in the chat if you're lurking. I should have the chat up here so I can see it.
Well, it's better to have somebody out there, huh?
Yeah. I'm glad you're joining us. Even if
Usually
you're not.
Kenneth comes in. You remember Kenneth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if you're just lurking, that's all right. We are glad to have you. So yeah, I had a busy day at work. Oh, sorry about that. Mute that. Um, speaking of work, it's
Is that
always
work?
yeah,
Wow.
it's always something. But you know what? I'm coloring right now, so I can't be disturbed. Don't bother me. I'm coloring.
You're so funny.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier. I was work was so busy.
Yes, you were telling me about your situation earlier.
Yeah, I was telling you about lunch. So I usually bring my lunch, to work and stuff and everything. Or I'll bring, snacks, or like an apple or, a couple of fruit items or something. And I start usually very early, so I get to work around 7. And
Ooh, I'm not even in my body at that hour.
yeah, well, believe me, I wouldn't choose to, but duty calls. So um and some of my coworkers arrive at 6. So,
Yeah.
people start early and subsequently you get hungry early, you're ready to eat lunch by 11 or so I get a call. I was planning to go and get a little something for lunch, this afternoon, and I get a call from my coworker who says, "We have people colleagues or whatever coming into the office this afternoon because they're from out of state and they were coming to do some meetings." So he said, "I'd really like, since they're coming in around noon, I'd really like that everybody be there because we're going to need to meet with you all individually here, and for different things. And so, if we could just have everybody stay in for lunch," and he said he'll provide lunch this afternoon. Okay, and we usually stagger our lunches so that we're not all gone at the same time. So some people go at 11, some at 11:30. Some I usually try to eat around 12, and I try to be consistent so that you know it's dependable. When people need me, I'm there, and they know when I'm there and when I'm not. So, anyways, I tell everybody, hey, don't take lunch today. They're gonna bring in lunch. Okay, so 11:30 comes and this coworker arrives, and we're waiting. It's like, okay, well, probably 12 o'clock. You said they're gonna show up, the rest of these people, and then we're gonna eat. So 11:30 here, no food. Okay, 12 o'clock, nothing. 12:30, nothing. 1, nothing. 1:15, and at this point people are like getting ravenous. They're like, where the hell's the food? It's like, I have no idea. They're asking me. I said, I don't know. So it's like 1:45. Finally these people stroll in. Now it ended up, we thought we were going to be getting something, like sandwiches, like, or they ordered pizzas. Well, apparently the pizza had showed up like a half an hour earlier, so it was like cold and whatever. But so they bring in, so these people go in and into the lunchroom, and there was 5 of them. And they sit down and, they're eating and stuff like that. Well, this idiot who, who had brought these people and was supplying lunch for us all, he ended up buying 2 pizzas for 13 men. It was
Hey,
like,
Kenneth.
hey,
Sorry.
Kenneth, what's and believe me, these people are not, petite. So it was like you bought. So then they're eating, they're served and everything, and then he comes and finds us and says, "Oh, everybody, come into the lunchroom and come eat, and we'll introduce you to everyone." Was like 85% of the food is gone by the time we get there, and another 7 people stroll in. And these people have their fucking, excuse me, their cheeks stuffed, their plates filled, and everyone is just like, "Oh, I guess we're thinking like, I guess we're gonna be eating the crusts, you know."
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
so
so
funny. Every time you tell it, I laugh my head off.
we were just like, "You gotta be kidding me! What kind of a fool?" Order.
Tell them how they eat it, though. They mold it down.
Oh, baby, they mowed it down. We were so hungry, and we were just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like we were all like so ready for lunch, and now we had to go sit through meetings and stuff without eating. And
And your stomach was growling.
yeah, well, these mules mowed down all the pizza. But however, I really can't blame them because honestly, if I had been them and they had, the 2 pizzas for, what, I guess there was 6 of them altogether, I would not have thought that was unreasonable, but it would be unreasonable for 13. So
Oh man.
it's like that stingy, you know what? Leaded us out of this again after he's.
Did you give that person a piece of your mind?
I
Or
mean,
give them the stink eye?
I gave him the screw face.
Huh?
Yeah. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. And not only that, the little measly little crust that we were left was ice cold and the cheese was dry. And it was like, this is awful. So we're in there like scouring the refrigerator for like anything we can find. We should have just been like, screw you, we're going out to eat. Like, you guys have your meetings yourself.
Did y'all do that?
No, we just,
Suffer. That's why y'all
suffer.
need those health bars. I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, Miss Bell had sent me some health bars, so I was mowing those down. I was like, I don't think it's healthy to eat 4 of them, but who cares? Shoot.
There was only 120 calories in them.
Okay, well, good. I'm
That's
like,
funny,
I'm in
though.
there eating an apple, 3 health bars.
Healthiest lunch in the world when you're
I'm
hungry.
like, I have 1 crust of a pizza. I'm like scouring through my drawers, like, oh my god, here's the Starburst, quick, gobble that down.
You're so funny.
Yeah. So, uh,
I would
won't be
like to.
making
I
that mistake
wonder
again.
what they say when everybody.
I was just mad as hell the whole rest of the rest of the day. They were just like,
Oh my god.
because it's like you specifically told us not to go out because you were providing lunch, and there are 13 men here. Why would you even think to buy 2 pizzas and
What'd
then
that
serve
person
half of the
say?
group first so that they mowed it all down?
Like a lawnmower?
Right? Yeah. So that was,
I
irritating.
love it though. That story is so funny.
Yeah. It was not funny at the time. And actually, I'm struggling to find the humor in it.
That's the way you say it, I guess.
Mm,
It
yeah.
was funny to me.
Uh,
Well, where's Mr. K tonight? Do you know?
no, I don't know.
Hmm. He's probably at the gym.
Probably. Probably. Pumping that iron.
Think about that food you didn't get to eat.
Yeah.
You were on Weight Watchers, not because you wanted
Yeah,
to.
this is like a mandated company-wide Weight Watchers, apparently, for the select few who weren't lucky enough to be invited for the first round.
Actually, I have some stuff for Weight Watchers. I should send you his recipes and everything. You
Well, I
know,
have another funny story about. So years ago, no, this is probably going back like 20, 25 years, something like that. I worked for this company, and I worked in, I was like an analyst or whatever. But what the company did was they sold food that was so let's say you were having a party, or it was kind of like catering but almost like catalog, like you ordered it by catalog. Okay,
yeah,
it was strange, but it was kind of like, let's say it was Thanksgiving and you were like, oh, I want to have like a big feast but I don't know how to cook. You could order everything, and it would be sent like with like dry ice or whatever, and then all you'd have to do is like heat it up or whatever. Okay. Well, that was one of the things that this company did. Now, where the location that I worked at, of course, I had nothing to do with that. We didn't have any food at the location. It was strictly a business office.
yeah.
But because we had to be knowledgeable about all of these products and these catalogs and all the stuff that we offered, they said, what we should really do is have, we're going to bring in a big feast. And I think it was around Thanksgiving time. So they're like, we're going to bring in like a big feast. We're going to order everything, in the catalog here. And then everybody is going to get to come in and eat lunch. And you can try everything, in the catalog. And that way you'll be familiar with the products that the company makes. Great. They talked about this for like 3 weeks. They kept on hyping it up and hyping it up, like, oh my God, it's going to be so good. You're going to love the fill in the blank. Oh my God, the pecan pie is to die for. You're going to love the whatever. Okay. So we're all geeked up for this, raring to go, and everything. So they there was a lot of employees that worked there, hundreds of employees, so they obviously couldn't accommodate everyone at one time. So they said, we're going to serve in shifts, and we are going to, tell you what shift you have, so based upon, I don't know, random or your your last name or whatever, they split it up into two shifts. Okay. Well, the first shift comes, and the geniuses that worked there decided, let's put all the food out for the, let's say, 12 o'clock, and then everyone will eat, and then we'll have the 1 o'clock, and everybody we'll ask everyone to leave by 1 o'clock so that then the other people can come in. Okay. Of course, I was in the second shift.
That's not the good shift, is it?
No, you
You
telling me.
should.
So, so they're like, okay, everyone, those in shift one, please come on into whatever the cafeteria, whatever this room was. Okay, so they all go in there like a stampede of elephants, just strap on their feedback,
Oh
and
my
they're just like,
god.
woo! I just hear them in there like, damn, this is good. Give me another helping of that. And they're just like, hooping and hollering, having a good old time, carrying on, and all that. So it's like, wow, sounds like a party in there and everything.
And they're eating all the food, throwing chicken legs around.
So, they're in there and they come out looking like beached whales, like they just, gorged themselves at the trough and everything. And they're just like, ooh, licking each finger like, oh, that was so good. I had the pot roast. I had this. I had turkey leg. I had, oh, it was so good and everything like that. And it's like, wow, it sounds amazing. Can't wait to try these items because it wasn't really just for pleasure. It was because we were supposed to be able to familiarize ourselves with the various food items so that, we knew what all these products were. There was oh God, what the heck was that called? It was like a piece of beef that was beef Wellington. I was really interested to try the beef Wellington. That was, anyways. So we get in there.
I'm scared.
They had licked the plate. I mean, there was nothing but crumbs. They mowed down everything that wasn't nailed down. I'm telling you, like, it was obscene. And the only thing that was, it was like, oh, hell no. People were mad. They were like yelling out the door.
What
I
were the famous
remember it was
words of
like,
that day
there
from
was
all the
nothing
people?
but a carcass of the turkey. They had picked it clean. The beef, the beef Wellington was nothing but a distant memory. I mean, it was just, the plate was complete. I mean, shoot, they practically ate the damn pan it came in.
Yeah.
They had stuffing. Yeah, that was long gone. There was some kind I remember there was like 2 tablespoons of mashed potatoes left.
Did anybody fight over that?
There was the only things that were left were like the veggie platter that was like uncooked, raw vegetables. It was
So
like,
there was another diet plan for you.
yeah, but there, even that, it was like, slim pickings. It was like, it looked like it's the stuff that everybody had already touched, and that. There was, the pecan pie, what do you call that? Peach cobbler that everyone was looking forward. All that stuff gone. You know,
And
there
everybody
was,
was pissed off.
oh yeah, I mean, there was like some kind of chicken breast that was dry, and there it was just terrible. And that was 50% of the company didn't get to eat.
I bet they were furious.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was like, did they ever say, gosh, we're gonna make this? I mean, hell, they own, this was their own company. So it was like, it wasn't like, oh gosh, we've already overspent, we can't bring in more food. You own the company. Like, all they had to do was make a phone call and have more food there. I mean, say to the other people, hey, we're really sorry, but we didn't anticipate these people were going to a, eat like hogs, and B, we were too foolish enough to hold back 50% of the food so that, we would have enough to accommodate both seatings. So they should have said, we're going to make it up to all of you guys that didn't get to eat today. So we're going to do this again next week just for you guys. And, note to self, going forward, we will definitely do this differently. No, they were just like, oh, well.
Well, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're in the
they didn't
second
even,
row.
yeah, it was just like, wow. So, word to the wise, if ever there is a you know, lunch
Go
break.
first. Go on in there while
Go
they're.
first, or just say no, thank you. I will be not participating because it's just not worth it. Especially if you didn't bring lunch because you were expecting that you were going to have it. So
Mhm.
that's my little public service announcement.
I knew how much to serve people. I knew how much to have extra of. I used to cater Judy's parties, and she'd tell me there's going to be like, see, five. I said, how many people you think will be here? She said 500. I said, I'll make enough for 700 then. She said, why so much? I said, better to have plenty and not have
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Absolutely.
And I'd always have a lot of leftovers, and the people at the work, they'd eat it the next day at work, so they were happy.
Yeah. Or if you ended up having, if there are, let's say that there are some expensive items or whatever that, you don't want people to just like, go crazy on,
Yeah.
well, then someone's posted there and you're handing out,
Hey,
you
Craft by
know,
Jay.
hey, Jay, what's going on?
How you
Yeah.
doing?
But some of these people, they were just like unbridled eating. Hey, Nani, how's it going? Hey, Jay, welcome. Kenneth, if you're still here, hello, hello. We're happy to have you. Yeah, so we're just
Hey,
cutting up over
Johnny,
here.
Spencer.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Jimmy? Good to see you. Yeah, we're just talking about horror stories of having lunch at work when they when they bring in lunch for the office. Yeah, it was one of those days where it all went horribly, horribly wrong.
He
uh
said he liked your flowers.
oh, thanks. Thanks, Jay. So yeah, have you been doing your cards lately, Jay? How's that all going? I'm kind of in a spring mood because we've been having some nicer weather. It's kind of that back and forth season where you have.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, she does have those what are those raccoons?
Yeah, I just wanted to do animals. Well, I've been doing bunnies all week, and I did get another book today.
You did? What is that one of? More bunnies?
It's from the class I take. Did you want me to? I,
If
I
you
would
want.
rather not.
Okay, no problem.
I mean, let's focus on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
because I do enough for that person.
yeah. Yeah. It was funny because I was at the office one day and I um, went by the dumpster in the back. I was just like, I don't know what I was doing, out on a walk or something, and where I had to round the building, there was, the dumpster was right there. So, for whatever reason, I peeked in, and there was like seven raccoons in there.
Oh, did you play with them?
No.
Why didn't you video them? You should have videoed them.
It was several. It was a number of years back. It was long before I was
Oh, the
doing
poor
YouTube
little
or anything.
babies. Oh,
Yeah, but they were in there and they couldn't get out.
that's
Because
sad.
they must have jumped in and it went down really deep. So they were trapped in there.
Did you help them out?
Well, no, because I didn't know how to help them. And
You
honestly,
just, if there's a stick around there, like a limb, you just stick it
well, I
down in
checked
there.
on them. I checked the next day and they were gone. But
Okay,
how
because
they
you can
got out,
always.
I'm not sure. But yeah. Oh yeah, I sent the crochet dresses. Yeah, that's I saw there was a video on YouTube of like a I don't know. She must have been a teenager because she was going to prom, so she was a high school girl, and she had crocheted all these elaborate designs, like she did her prom dress, but it wasn't like your typical crochet that you would imagine. It had all these different techniques to it and that, and then she had done even I think a wedding dress for somebody, and um, It was just interesting to see how creative people can get with their crocheting. So, yeah. Those ice cream bunnies were super cute. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook, Miss Bell, with
Oh, thank you.
those cuties that you did. Yeah, you've really gotten excellent at your realistic coloring, like that. Those two bunnies, they looked so real. The
I'm
way that you,
trying. It's
yeah,
the learning from that teacher.
hmm, yeah. You have a lot of patience though, because
Aha, that's not true, but thank you.
because I would just be like, "Oh, screw this."
What's so funny, the worst one, they all gave me the most good compliments. And I said, I don't understand it, but okay.
Oh, was that? Which one was that?
The last one I did, I
Oh,
thought,
you were. I know you weren't happy with the part of it, but I didn't think it looked bad at all.
I knew where I messed up.
I know. We won't tell anyone. That way, no
Mm,
one will know.
mm.
I was on the phone with her when she was coloring it, so I know, but I'm keeping my mouth shut. And even when I saw it, I didn't think it looked bad at all.
I think the background helped too.
Yeah.
The background makes everything look better.
I told her just draw like a ball cap or something and put it on the bunny's head. Who would know? No one.
Mm. One lady says she's done that whole book, and I'm like, really? Wow.
Well, you're gonna work your way through that one, aren't you?
I don't know. I got another one of her books, and I don't know.
You got
Oh,
to hurry up because it'll be Easter.
yeah. I'm hopping around. Hop
Yeah,
along.
rack and stack those coloring pages. Pump them out.
Yeah. But she seems like she's glad I'm doing them.
Well, she has a book for every occasion, evidently.
She's happy that not many of them do her personal pictures.
Yeah,
Put it on that channel. There's a lot of people in her channel, but they're not doing her pictures personally.
well,
So
sometimes you're just not drawn to that type of thing. And you kind of gotta love the page to spend that amount of
I
time.
understand, but they come into the channel and they put up everybody else's.
Yeah, well, that's just rude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to go to her channel and then not
and the
color
Facebook, you
her
couldn't
books, and
list
then
it.
on her Facebook page you put other things yeah, it's kind of
At first I did, and I could,
déclassé.
could hurt her feelings, and I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be letting people see I'm doing her pictures as well.
Mhm.
So just help her out.
Just
Uh,
it's a gesture.
Yeah, I have good faith.
Yeah, courtesy.
Well, yeah. I
Mhm.
was hoping that's what people see.
Yeah.
I know some people are starting to color a little bit more of hers, but
Mhm.
most of them go outside the box and color other people's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, God bless her. I mean, whatever. But her pictures are all generally grayscale. You
Yeah.
know, so if you're not a person who is into that super duper realistic,
That's what
ugh,
she teaches.
but that's what she teaches.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're not into it, don't go there.
Yeah.
Just stay home.
Yeah.
See, it wouldn't be for me because I don't have that.
Well, I go to two classes. I go to one earlier in the morning, and she's a little bit more, laid back, and she'll tell you what to do. She says, now she did the fish one, and I told her about the grayscale class, and she said, "Oh yeah, hey, let me give you a little tip. I take art classes." I said, "Okay." You remember I told you what she said, right? She said, "Take a picture of the grayscale, and it'll show you where the shading is a little bit better."
Mm.
And I said, "Oh, thanks for the tip." You know,
Yeah, sometimes you just pick up little bits and tips along the way that, you know,
Yeah.
you
Well,
piece
that's
together.
another person I watch a lot of. There's three of them.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
three
So
of
I was interested to see that on that coloring teacher's Facebook page. She said she colors 365 days a year, including all the holidays, and she does it at a certain time every day. And I'm thinking, damn, that's some level of commitment. Like
them.
every single night she does this?
Yes, she
Who
does.
has time like that?
That's her job. That's what
I
she's
don't
trying to.
care. You got to take a day off. Do you know how sick I would get of that?
She's a devoted teacher.
Still, you never go on a vacation. You never have dinner with friends or family. It's like, I got to get home. I got to color. It's like, mm. It
She's
would be
there.
one thing if it was like, okay, I do it every Thursday, or, twice a week I do it, or, whatever. But every night of the year,
Yeah, every night for three
no.
hours.
Mm-mm. You never have to worry about me doing that.
Well, some people really are dedicated. She's very dedicated.
I mean, even God took a day off. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But maybe this is her way of giving to God. You never know.
I mean, if she
Maybe this,
likes it, I love it. But it was remarkable to me.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it either. It's what you call being grounded, going live 3 hours a night, teaching people.
Mm-mm. I would have no desire to do anything like that. First of all, I'm no colorer. I mean, let's be honest.
But
But
she's, trying to sell her coloring books too.
like,
That's
yeah,
part of selling her coloring books is
even
doing.
that, I wouldn't think every night of the year would be necessary. I mean,
Well, maybe she's a lonely person too. You never know what's.
when you
I
get
don't,
so burned out, you know.
but I bet if she found somebody to turn her head around and make her, happy, she
Mm-hmm,
would lighten up on doing it. But right now, this is everything she lives for: her classroom.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wish her absolutely the best, and I think that's
Yeah,
incredible dedication. It's just rare.
it is
Three,
rare.
yeah. Jade says, yeah, 3 hours is a long stream too. It is 3 hours every night.
She's a very dedicated teacher. She wants to help many people.
Yeah.
I consider that an unselfish act myself. I couldn't do it because I'm all over the place with I have a life with my sister and
Uh-huh.
she's
And just no desire to commit to that level of.
well, you might if you had that kind of mentality. Let's say you want to make a statement in your life, that might be something you might want to do, go live for an hour a night, to share something funny, or make people laugh. She's just trying to give people a place to come and color and relax, and she can
Mm-hmm,
meet new people. Think how many people she's met in her life.
mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
just, there are a lot of people that go live a lot.
Right.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Won't be me.
Because you work. This is her job. This is how she sees her job.
Right. It would kind of be like to me if I worked every single day of my life at my job, which I don't. I work
Mhm.
5 days a week. Yeah.
But now let's say if she won the lottery and she became a millionaire, would she still be a teacher?
Should probably
Probably.
retire from coloring and move to Tahiti.
I don't know, because she seemed like she really enjoys the company of others, and it keeps her mind working. When people let their minds shut down, I think, and they quit doing stuff, they get old and all brittled up, and they get, they don't have anything. When she passes away, let's just say, not that I want that to happen. if she passes away, how
Mm.
would you remember Eileen Vick? Now,
The
y'all
world's
turn
most
them
dedicated
pencils.
colorer.
You better shade those, Miss Southernberg. Are you turning your pencils? That's how I would remember her, as a good teacher,
Hmm.
So, and there's not too many of those teachers out there as an adult. I'm
Hmm.
68 years old. I mean, what have I learned from many people? I can say I sure have learned how to find products. She knows all the products out there. Remember the extension I told y'all about, the
Hmm.
erasers. I mean, she's done a lot of different things, and then she put paint out there. So that's how you can remember people. How would you remember Craft by Jay? All those cards.
Pocket cards.
Yeah, happy.
Pocket cards. I will always remember Jay for his pocket cards.
Oh yeah,
Remember when he made you that pocket card?
I love those
You
pockets.
loved it.
And he ain't getting one. No, no, I might make you one. But it's just that the things that people do and dedicate themselves to. It's just like a policeman. They dedicate themselves to protect and serve. That's how they want to be remembered. They want to be a hero. She's going to be a hero by teaching a lot of people how to color.
She's a coloring hero.
Yeah, that's the way you have to look at people.
Okay.
I was listening to somebody, Joyce Myers. It says, when you watch or be around people, give them the highest praise. You know,
Mm.
oh, I haven't. You got new pocket died actually.
I got a new pocket die. Actually, I should send you a spring set.
You better get busy. One of the people on my channel says she don't have any cards. I say, well, you better contact Craft by Jay. Text them, tell them you need some cards. She actually is in Georgia. This lady.
See,
Yeah, she's a big channel. She's very, very sweet. She's a Southern woman. I think her husband helps her a lot.
with the crafting.
Yeah, he helps her. They go shopping together.
Oh, okay. Nice. Do you have a
Yeah.
crafting partner, Jay, that you go shopping with and get all your supplies together with? Have you been to? I remember you mentioned once that you did like a craft fair at least once, where you sold some of your cards and that. That was always interesting to hear about. I always wondered if you ever did that again. I bet that's a lot of work, though. I know of people who had sold things at craft fairs, and a lot of people unfortunately say, as much as they enjoy the crafting, it just wasn't financially viable to continue with it. They would do it for themselves, for their own enjoyment, for people that they knew, that kind of a thing. But unfortunately, it was so much work and commitment, and then you just didn't get the return from it,
I
unfortunately.
used to make handmade jewelry and sell it.
Did you do well with it? Was
I
it
did
worthwhile?
well, but it just a lot of things happened in my life. I never
Mhm.
finished. My mother got sick, and then.
Yeah, I have a friend that does stained glass, and she really does beautiful work, and she makes TV commercials for a living. So it's she's very stressed with that. She does all the creative, aspects of that and all of the filming. She's very very good at that, but she wanted something that was like just entirely different, that would take her mind off of all of the stress of her regular work. So she had gotten into making stained glass. And then she started amassing so much that she was like, gosh, I have to do something with this. So she started going to craft fairs. And, that was good, but it was sort of like, okay, here now you have to make all these commitments that you're going to go to these things. Okay, now everything has to be packaged up. Everything, then you have to get there. Then you have to set up a tent if it was outdoors in the summer, for instance. Then you have to set all your displays up and everything. Then you
So
have to sit there for 8, 10 hours, however long the thing lasts. and then break down everything, package it all back up, haul it all to your vehicle, put it in there, haul it all out of your vehicle. It was so much commitment to do it all. It just ultimately ended up, and a lot of people weren't willing to pay. You know,
No, they
they
don't
weren't
like
willing. They
it.
want everything. They wanted to be super cheap. And it's like, you can't do it for that, especially when you're just basically then breaking even.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that you had to pay to um,
The booth.
play at a craft fair.
Well, she had overhead. That was the craft show. And
Hmm.
I didn't do mine like that. I didn't do craft shows. I put mine in a case and I'd go to businesses and stuff. So mine wasn't like I had a
Hmm.
much of an overhead. I just had my beads
Yeah.
and I'd have like a case and I'd open it all up and they saw bracelet earrings and stuff.
Hmm.
I gave them, if you buy this, I'll give you this.
Hmm.
Basically I do buy one, get one free. Mine was, it wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
Jay says, yeah, that the prep and the setup and the teardown is a real pain, and
yeah.
that higher ticket items, would do better and stuff. Yeah, I used to. Gosh, this is many years ago. I would go and visit family for the holidays, and there used to be a craft fair after, like right after Thanksgiving, that we just got into the custom of it because the whole family was together and we're like looking for something to do or whatever it was, and so we would go. And we always just enjoyed looking around, and there was a lot of things that, um, like for instance, I remember there was people that made um, like cutting boards or things that were, or like, paper towel holders, but they had used all different kinds of wood, and then they were stained so that those different species of wood were all, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like, if it was just,
Blended together.
well, if it was all in straight lines, you would see all the different tones of wood. It was very pretty. As a matter, actually, I think I have one right here. Let me go grab it.
So happens he happens to have this product here. Yeah, I like to meet people too. I like to go to yard sales. I like to go to yard sales back in the day because I used to clean
Stuff like
houses
this. Say,
and
where like this is a cutting board, but it's with, these different pieces of wood that they've,
oh, that
um,
is pretty, yeah.
yeah. And I just love stuff like that. And there was all kinds of wood items like this that, so I enjoy buying things like that. But the next year I went back because I was like, I'm gonna buy gifts. Like I can buy a number of cutting boards and give them for gifts and things like that.
Christmas.
Yeah, but
Christmas and Easter and whatever.
mhm. But then that person was never there again, so it was what it was. I think a lot of people have said, I had my dad has a friend that retired, and he's a real great woodworker. I mean, he makes elaborate things. He beautiful models out of, like it'll be a car or something, and hours and hours and hours of work. The problem is that people didn't understand the amount of time that went into that, and so it was very difficult to sell, those kinds of items because people didn't value it for what it was in terms of all the time and.
It's because they can get it all from China for nothing.
Mhm. I mean, you wouldn't get something like that, but yeah, I don't know.
That's the way they think. I'll get it from China for nothing.
Hmm.
And it's
People
not
who
made the
do
same.
business journal, or people who do the handmade journals, do pretty good since they go for like $30. Yeah, a lot of woodworking people use the fairs more as lead generation to get custom orders.
I have
Oh
I
yeah.
have a handmade bear. I paid $125 for
Mm. A bear. Oh, okay.
bear. It's
Hmm.
it's over there. It usually has a storybook.
Cute.
but it was 125. It's probably worth more, but I
Hmm.
kept it forever. It's over there bearing the thought.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you come across there would be a lot of people that would make, like, I don't know, decorative little knickknack shelves or things like that. Um
I like the one that made the checkerboard game where you take a table and you scrape the table and take a square and then you make it into a chessboard and then you play chess on that table. The
mm,
chessboard is into the table.
yeah.
That I like things like that,
Hmm.
but I can't play chess, so what good's going to do me?
You know who's good at chess?
Ron,
Yes. He's told me that he's
no, he hasn't put up any chess games for me to watch and learn from.
yeah.
And I asked Judy's boyfriend, would he teach me? And he was very obnoxious and rude about it, so I just let it go. He said, what are you going to do with it? I said, I just want something under my hat that I know. And playing chess, I would like to learn.
Do you
But
play
are you,
mahjong?
huh?
Do you play mahjong?
No, I don't know how to do that either. See, my life is terrible. I haven't learned much.
My mother was learning to play that, and the other day, and so she was excited. So she went to a girlfriend of hers was having a mahjong, um, I don't know, get together or whatever, but it was with this charitable organization that I guess it's kind of like I don't know. She said it's like a secret organization where these women um, give money to um, yeah,
Charities.
yeah, it's a charity to give money for young women to further their education or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. But it's like, it's it's like very
Exclusive.
exclusive. Exactly. Right. So my mom didn't particularly want to be in the charity. She just wanted to go for the mahjong. Um, so anyways, they allowed her to, come and stuff. And then they said, well, um, we're going to do it at somebody else's house aside from the charity. So if you want to come to that. And she said, so, she's just learning. It was the second or third time she's played. So she's just getting, starting to learn. She said,
Is it a card game?
it's like an ancient Chinese game. And I think it's played with, I think it's just it kind of, she said it kind of, the chips or whatever these things are look kind of like dominoes. And how you play it, I have no idea. But that's what she was learning. And she said everybody was really good except for this one woman who was real impatient. So she said, I don't know if I will be invited back because this one woman was just like impatient. It's like, well, everybody had to learn. Damn, like that's pretty ridiculous that that this person's just learning. So,
Well, some people are just boogers.
yeah.
You know.
Mahjong, no, you play it with the group. You have to have, I think, like at least four. I think it's something kind of like bridge, which again, I have no idea what bridge is about, but yeah. Because at first she said she was just observing, and then enough people came that they could do another table. So then she was like in the game or whatever. So, do you play any cards, Miss Bell?
I like to play gin rummy. I play on the
Mm-hmm.
computer, gin rummy.
Mm-hmm.
That person's beaten, so I had to take a break. I don't like to lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to play them off, and I said, "You're going to get this, and you're going to overdo yourself. You're going to say, okay."
Mm-hmm.
They you do something at the end, and then the person didn't think, and then he undercut, and I'm laughing. Oh, I undercut, huh? I got 25 points for that.
Yeah, I've never been really much of a card player.
What about Go Fish?
Honestly, like a lot of people have a lot of these hobbies and stuff. Like that. I work so much that like when I'm not working, like I don't want to engage my mind in more activity. It's like I'm done. Like I have to think, I have to fight with people all day long. I don't want to do anything complicated. So I don't know.
My sister loves solitaire. She plays. When she gets home from work, she will have a glass of wine, a little bit of something to eat, and then she'll start playing solitary from the time she finishes eating
Mhm.
to the time she goes to bed. She falls asleep with solitary on her head.
Yeah, I've never been a game person. I've never been interested in video
I like
games.
music now. If you want to rock me with some music now.
Mm,
Some soft, sweet music.
hmm
All that bangity bang gameplay and forget about it.
You're gonna be bumping some hip hop.
No,
Julie's gonna be like, turn that mess off.
no. I have to go. I have to relax. At the end of the night, you don't supposed to be wired up. They tell you not to do that. They tell you take it easy with your brain cells. It's good to chill out and relax.
I haven't cut back on a lot of, you know, TV and that. I really don't watch TV anymore. It's just I don't know. It's like I don't want to hear it. It's like I just want peace and quiet after all day long being, go 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 and everything. You're just kind of like,
Yeah,
ugh. Sometimes I go over to family's house, and it's just like the TV's like blaring, and it's like that didn't bother me before, but now it's just kind of like it doesn't bother me, but it's just like, wow, my life has really changed. I'm not, um, I'm really, and it makes me notice how much less TV and that
it's good though that you don't want to hear the noise because it's not good for your eardrums.
yeah.
You
I
know.
like to like if I'm alone and say I'm like eating dinner or whatever, I'll put something on one of the streaming services or whatever that I have, on my phone or whatever, and I'll watch it for, 30 minutes while I'm eating. And then, it might take me 2, 3 nights to get through a program or whatever, like an
Yeah.
episode of something like you know, but guess I used to watch a lot of things and
Well,
that's
don't
when
watch medical stuff if you're eating
what kind of stuff?
medical.
Medical, yeah. Yeah, and I really don't watch any kind of medical drama. I really don't watch any sitcoms or that kind of thing. Do you watch a lot of television?
I've been watching a lot of Christian movies. I just got finished watching this one where this guy had the dog that made a difference in his life that he used in churches and stuff, how to teach people the Bible, how to teach kids to read the Bible through this dog, because this dog has had a rough life, but he wants to help children read. So there was like a program like that. So I watch stuff like that so I can cry. Get my tears out of my heart during the day.
Like, oh my God, look at that dog reading the Bible.
No,
What?
no, it's what happens is these kids are scared and they're very uncomfortable reading. So the
Okay.
dog goes in there and gives them comfort. It's a dog, one of those, what do you call those dogs that help people? So it's one
Um,
of those kind of dogs. And the dog started out being caged for 2 years, never got to go outside for 2 years and pooped in the house and all and was treated abuse. And then he took the dog and changed the dog's life. And then the dog started helping him.
mhm.
He was depressed. He missed his little dog. He had a crappy life too. So they really turned over the life. It's just Christian movies.
Are they like emotional support animals?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's,
Okay.
it's dogs that help kids read and all that.
I have
They're
never heard of
upset, and they take the dogs to help them learn to read or The
Mm-hmm.
man goes in there and takes the dog, and how he would like to teach. And the dog takes a class, and he learns to train the dog to, do different things. And the
Mm-hmm.
kids really love the dog, and the dog lets them pet him and all that. It's just really a cool movie. You know, I like those tearjerkers.
Yeah. You love your animal movies.
I do, and I was watching one where the lady was an angel, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and she could do magic things to make things work and all that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I just like magical, happy movies.
I like paranormal.
You like paranormal?
Yeah.
Did you ever like I Dream of Jeannie or Mr. Ed? Those were cute.
Uh, well, I wasn't thinking on that, but I guess so.
I like Mr. Ed. Wilbur. You remind me of Wilbur. I could see you with Mr. Will Scott. Will Scott. You over there making faces at Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed, what are you doing?
He had one hell of a teeth and mouth, you know.
I know, I love that horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. You know what makes them do that is that peanut butter they give him.
Mm, yummy.
Makes it look like he's talking. It's peanut butter.
Wonder what kind they use, like Skippy, Peter Pan.
I have no idea.
Could
That's a
you
good
find
question.
out? Could you find out and report back?
Okay. Alexa, what kind of peanut butter did they give Mr. Ed the horse to talk?
Put a one in the chat if you know what kind of.
Roasted peanuts, not peanut butter, were given to Mr. Ed in order for him to communicate. In the show, the horse ate the peanuts out of a bowl.
Peanuts. They gave him peanuts, not peanut
Mm,
butter.
okay. Well, now we cleared that up.
And roasted peanuts.
Roasted peanuts. She said they never gave him peanut butter.
Oh, they should have tried butter.
Maybe there's something wrong with that to give to a horse. I don't know.
Ask
I wouldn't.
Alexa if you can give a horse peanut butter.
Alexa, volume 7. Alexa, can you give a horse peanut butter?
It is recommended to consult with a veterinarian before feeding peanut butter to horses, as some horses are sensitive to peanuts. However, moderate amounts of peanut butter can be nutritious and safe for horses.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that in mind next time I'm
Gallivanting around?
feeding a horse, which has never
Gallivanting.
happened yet in my life, but it could.
You never know. You might gallivanting around.
I'd be like, excuse me, Mr. Ed, do you want Peter Pan or Skippy?
Well, we got 300 people in the chat.
How long have we been on? We've been on for an hour.
Are you getting tired?
A little, yeah. Yeah. Gotta return that phone call. Are you getting tired?
I can go forever. But I mean, if you're ready to get down, that's fine with me. You let me know.
All right. Yeah, I probably will, just so that I can make that call before it gets too late.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been a lot of fun. It was great catching up with you. As always, yeah. We'll have to do this again. Thanks for coming by, Crafts by Jay.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Craft by Jay.
Enjoyed having you here tonight.
Kenneth and Noni May.
Noni May. We had
Kenneth.
Kenneth. We had Jimmy Spencer.
Yeah.
We had, I think that's it. So, and we had some unknown lurkers, which we love you too. So, thank you. come back and see us again another time. Thanks, Miss Bell. It's always a pleasure.
Well, thanks for having me, Scott. I appreciate you.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.